Hello everybody, I'm Robbie. I'm 14 years old, 15 tomorrow. It's my first video on Twitter. Going to be talking about protesting and, revolution, whatever you want to call it. I need to make this video. I think it's a very important video and a very important message that everybody needs to see. Because where are we all? The truth seeker, freedom thinker, you know, revolution. We're all just on the internet typing and typing and typing and typing. Where are you? Haven't seen you since, COVID lockdown protests and maybe like 100 people protesting ULEZ. Where are you? I don't know. Where are we all? We should probably be asking, why aren't we out there? I think we're too scared of people thinking we're crazy or something because we don't think we have a specific or justifiable thing to go and protest about because these guys are smart. The people that are running the world, they are very smart. They're doing everything in very slow increments. So you start off low emission zone, but then you expand the low emission zone, and then you do ultra low emission zone, and then you impose them in all of the councils, and you impose them in all of the cities, and then you make the speed limits like 20 miles per hour, so driving's awful. Then you don't repair the potholes, and then you increase like a tax per mile. Again, I'm just gonna keep reaffirming these aren't conspiracy theories. Everything previous I mentioned is happening, has happened. 20 mile an hour, all that stuff. The pay per mile, I think it's called. Transport for London. You can read it yourself. I can't remember the exact source, but you can look at their plans, and it does state that's a plan for, I think, the next 2 years, within 2 years or something, by 2025. They want to do that. So we think, because it's in such small increments, you can't really protest, low emission zone because people will just think, why are you protesting? It's for clean air, it's for this and that. Well, think about the climate protesters. They see a storm happen and like one house, the wind kind of knocks a wall down of a 200-year-old house, and then they go and start throwing paint on monuments. People do think they're crazy. Yeah, true, but at least they're doing something about it. They actually care. They're not just the keyboard warriors, typing, our freedom, we're all gonna die. They're all gonna control us. We're heading to World War III. If you actually believe it. If you believe we're heading into World War III and we're all gonna get conscripted, where are you? Why aren't you doing something about it? You're not worried about that? Most people that I would guess are watching this, there's mostly an adult space, like not many people my age know any of this stuff and or care to listen because we're all brainwashed by, scrolling on TikToks. I can confirm this, that's 100% true. So, I don't know why nobody's going to do anything about it. Are we waiting until another pandemic comes and there's biometric digital IDs the Queen of Netherlands imposes so we can see who to get vaccinated or not? So we're going to wait until that happens, and then we walk out our house, and then the biometric ID systems with the CCTV scans our face, and then it searches up the name, and it sees not vaccinated. YC outside, and then it finds your location because it obviously knows where you are. And then the police go and escort you back to your house or to the prison, and then you're like, oh, this is evil. I need to protest about this because you haven't before because you couldn't be bothered. You thought it wasn't real enough. You kind of doubted yourself. You doubted your instinct. So then you go and protest about it, and everybody else does. And then the same CCTV with the biometric digital ID, which is connected to your bank account, your transport, your passport, all your purchases, everything. So then it scans you, and then it goes, we'll freeze his bank account. Again, not a conspiracy theory. They did it in Canada without biometric digital ID. So imagine they had it. You don't think they're going to use it? No? Of course they will. Of course they will. So I think my theory is they just want to make life more and more and more and more miserable. Ban this, ban that, 15-minute city. 15-minute cities aren't bad. They've existed for the longest time, but we already kind of live in them. 15-minute walk or cycle from your home. Most people probably have gym, education, work, park, gym, within a 15-minute cycle. So then what are they talking about when they're talking about getting 15-minute cities if we already have them? It's not a 15-minute city. It's a 15-minute Sadiq Khan sustainable C40 city, World Economic Forum city. That's what smart city. That's what it really is. So you're all in your, mega flat, and your life's just miserable because everything you want to do is supposedly unsustainable, and you're not allowed to do it anymore. So then, when they start talking about we only want 500 million people on the planet or 200 million, whatever it is, you're gonna actually wish you're one of the first to get depopulated because life's just gonna suck. You're gonna hope you get depopulated. You're gonna hope they win. You won't want to have children. They don't want you to have children. You're not gonna want them either because you don't want to bring them up in a, world like this. But, saying people are afraid of, protesting something that's silly. We have things to protest about, right? Our current leader, Rishi Sunak, Keir Starmer, opposition, it's a word for it, controlled opposition. They're both World Economic Forum members. Or, in other words, if you actually type up, it doesn't say member, it says agenda contributor. What's their agenda? Well, their agenda is microchip brain implants for the entire human species, tracking your brainwaves at work, you eat the bugs, and central bank digital currencies, or as the Queen of the Netherlands suggested, digital ID, biometrics, so they can see who gets vaccinated and who doesn't. We've got things to protest about. World War III risks, escalating it. Why are we not doing something about that, right? So where are you all? I watched a video recently, a guy on Twitter, DD Denzo, he actually means business. He's not faking it and just typing on there for the likes. You can see he actually cares about it, and he made a similar video. I wrote this. I had some sort of. I wrote this like over a month ago, but just getting around to actually doing videos now, I think it's a much better way to get this message out. So I'm just going to conclude it here. We need to get out and do something about it. Because if you truly believe that in 10 years there will be no freedom, or the world will be bombed to pieces by nuclear war with Russia, do something about it, right? So, you can protest. You don't have to be worried about what people think of you, thinking you're going to be crazy. Because at least the protest, yeah, it's right, the protest doesn't actually do anything. I'm going to be completely honest with you. It doesn't directly do anything. Protesting doesn't mean that Rishi Sunak just suddenly drops dead, because obviously these guys didn't actually get the COVID vaccines. That wouldn't happen to them. But it plants the thoughts in other people's minds, because, yeah, there's a few of us that understand government doesn't really care about us, but not many of us understand the real depths of the world and the future of which we're headed. But at least plants the thought in their head, oh, the farmers, they're being kind of attacked. Yeah, they are. At least plants the thought in their head.